Good morning. The sun's out here today, but it's actually Sunday when I'm doing this, so maybe, hopefully, it's out all week. That's what I would like to see. Anyway, so this is Tuesday's lesson. Pages, it says 56 to 59, but it's technically the bottom of 55 to 59. And basically, really simple lesson so far. 55 and 56 just talks about how you grow in the first year of your life, so you can read that. Talks about your motor skills. So when you were little, and maybe you've seen some babies, like, they pick up a little green bean with their fingers and they kind of go like this, and then try to get to their mouth and they go, "Oh," and the green beans fall in their lap. And that's their motor skills that they're trying to develop. The motor skills is movements that are learned, and of course, you learn to crawl, then walk, and you learn how to pick up food, and then how to pick up a fork, and how to do all the things that you do. And then, of course, now you're, I don't know, 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. That depends on, most of you are probably 11 or 12, I'd say. But now we're going to talk about on page 57 something a little bit more difficult, and that is the cell. The cell is the basic unit of the human body. It's what makes up every part of you. And if you look over on page 58, you can see all the different types of cells that are in your body, from skin cells, white blood cells, nerve cells, blood cells, muscle cells, and then there's all different kinds of muscle cells. So anyways, there's all different kinds of cells that make up your body. And those cells make up tissues, and then not like tissues. Tissues, like blood is actually considered a tissue. Fat is considered a tissue, that kind of thing. And so that makes up, cells make up tissues. Tissues make up organs. So if you were thinking of the red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, those make up your blood, which is a tissue. And then your blood makes up, not your blood makes up organs, but the organs, then they make up organs. So that goes through muscle cells like the heart, and epithelial cells and some of the blood vessels. And anyways, those make up organs, and then organs make up systems. So if you look over on page 59, you kind of see, and you need to know that progression. Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up systems, systems make up the body. And if we were in class, we would do that over and over and over again. We would say cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up systems, systems make up the body. We do it by row, and we do it by people, and we do it. So get that in your head, all right? Cells, tissues, tissues, organs, organs, systems, systems, body. And it kind of is that progression. You'll need to know that for almost every one of my science classes. So start now and get it in your head. All right, so let's go back to the cells, though, and I'll talk a little bit about the cell. Look at the cell on the bottom of page 58. Sorry, it's a little early here. My voice is a little... So anyways, look at the cell, and you can see the cell membrane. That is the part of the cell that kind of holds everything in there together. It controls what comes into the cell and what leaves the cell. It protects the other portions of the cell, so it surrounds the cell. So the cell has that cell membrane there. Then if you look at all the kind of squiggly looking lines all in there, that's what they're showing is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the largest part of the cell. It's the actual fluid. Sometimes they'll say thick jelly-like substance in a cell. It's what kind of holds everything into place, keeps everything from kind of just all collaborating together. Collaborating, I don't think that's a word. Going together. And then you have the cytoplasm has the little organs in there. These do the work of the cell. These are called organelles, means little organs. And they perform lots of chemical reactions. They do all kinds of functions. They work together to perform whatever the task is that the cell needs. So if it's a red blood cell, it might have things in there that carry oxygen and all of that. But anyway, if it's a fat cell, it's going to be different, of course, as far as the organelle's job. The setup is still the same, but the jobs would be different. And then the most important part of the cell would be the nucleus there. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. It has the DNA in it, the chromosomes, chromatin, all of that. And I'm sure you've heard of DNA before. It's deoxyribonucleic acid. You don't have to learn that exact words this year, but you will next year. But you can impress your parents. Say, we learned about deoxyribonucleic acid today, Mom. So anyway, the nucleus has that's loosely coiled material. It has the DNA in it. It's what determines your characteristics, your eye color, your hair color, your skin color, your skin, whether it's going to be oily or dry for the most part. All of that. It has all of your traits, your characteristics of you in there. Now, sometimes that's, some of the environment would have something to do with that as well. But the environment around you and how you've been raised and all that, that's your character traits. That's a little different. We're talking about things that make you you. But some of your personalities and your genes as well. So, or genetics or chromatin or DNA, whatever you want to call it. All right, so the four major parts of the cell membrane surrounds and protects. The jelly-like fluid, the largest portion, is the cytoplasm. The organelles are the little organs that do the work. And then the nucleus, which is the most important part of the cell. So those are your four main parts that you need to make sure you remember. Cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, organelles. Make sure you know what they do. Not too difficult. Make sure you answer page 59, and that will help you as well. If you really want to know a little bit more about the cell, there's some of these videos that I've put on the one section of my YouTube channel, and there's some unique things about the cell in there and some fun videos on YouTube that you can look up that are those little crazy cartoon people. I love those. I think that they break it down just perfectly for everyone, for people like me. So make sure that you check out one of those if you have time. What are you doing these days, right? What are you guys doing these days besides school and video games and hopefully helping your parents clean a little bit extra and that kind of thing. Anyways, have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.